Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing, spectacular, wondrous Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dean, the one, the only master propaganda hero, psych defender of the fatherland. Off here to a 1v1 on Crossing the Woods. In the north, it is Bulat fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, and Commodore Stalin taking on the role here of the 10th Tank Corps. That's in south of the Caesar, fighting for the German Army, Deutschland here with the defensive doctrine. Taking on the role here of the, let's just go with 357th Infantry Division here, featuring, Ostrom squads, defensive fortifications, Stuke 3 East, Pack 3 Fees in the sector artillery ability with infantry Panzerfaust versus Bulat's Guard Rifle, defense and airborne troops with infantry T-70 and mine bulletins. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my patrons and supporters who keep me in the business. You too can join their spectacularly wondrous and lovely ranks by pledging on Patreon yourself. You can always just donate, links in the description. And as you know, comment, like, share and subscribe. Press the bell button when you subscribe to support the Propagandacast at least a bit more indirectly by keeping it a bit more in the searchlights. Anyways, double loss from MD42 for Caesar versus triple comps there for Bulat with the third one on the way, obviously. Contact West was there, advancing steadily for the glorious Red Army. Caesar spreading up pretty aggressively, which to an extent you do want to do with Ostrom, since you can use their more aggressive timings to hit more of the field fast, but at the same time I can't help but wonder if Caesar may not be extending just a bit much here. Info catching the knees here, west side we got the point, Ostrom getting the point here, westwards Ostrom turning up there. Bit of skirmish in there, third Ostrom squad up for Caesar and the German army. Engineers they're holding up, but they're being slowly whittled down as well there by heavy and rapid MG42 fire. MG42 down to 2 men. Pioneers moving eastwards. We got the Ostrom coming from the west, and far west we got Ostrom squad defending the field point against any socialist incursions. Morrison being righteous west to assist there. East side the MG42. Losing out to the Engineers and heavy cover. The Pioneers will arrive to save the day, sort of. They have to retreat westward here, contrast the Ostrom. The other squad here standing off. We've got an Ostrom squad playing up behind here. There's some using up its assist here. A lot of close quarters actions, lots of violent frenzied flowing here between Bulat and Caesar. More engineers there for Bulat, and there go pushing westwards there. Awesome conscripts here. Conscripts are ultimately pulled back here. Switch the conscript being flanked by the Ostrom. So he needs to find a conscript to assist. There we go. Westwards here, Pioneers is losing up to the conscripts there. He needs to retreat pretty schnell. For Bulat's Frontovix put them several meters below ground. There go conquer out on the west here. Caesar secures glorious terrain there for Deutschland. Engineers can get about there. Flamethrowers on the way. Back here reinforcement. We got takes as well there for Caesar. Engineers sneaking out. Sandbags here by Bulat, who's gone for urban defense. Ever classic with Fort Headquarters, line to tank guns, shock troopers, booby traps, and KV2s. We got awesome engineers. Also, quick note, a bit of news flash there. But at the recent World Cup for Companies 2, they actually announced there'll be a balance patch in the new year. So, little heads up there. Awesome engineers here, slowly went them down. We got like to make a nice copy here for Caesar. Pioneers had to work there, digging the hole, laying the groundwork. Back to Ostrom reinforcing, of course they can reinforce very rapidly. Caesar center for the MG42, going for the northern fuel there. Tech almost done. Ground western point here. Ostrom for the western fuel victory point there. Goes skirmish here by the cut-off point there. Bulat's conscripts there, narrowly manned front of me. Rendered not. Very lovely then. For some reason there's light cover in the middle of the road here. Before joining in, then nice aggressive play there at Caesar's MG42 gathered 2-2-2. I'd like to punch the back in for Caesar. He could also, I think, easily go on for a 2-1, not to upgrade with a flamethrower, but just to give his troops a place to reinforce the front line, but also shift troops from point A to point B rapidly. They're given a much greater degree of mobility versus Bulat, get a much more strong frontline presence, plus once he gets you in a veteran as you want, he could use it to lay down mines. So, honestly, I think a 2.5 would be a very strong choice for Caesar versus Bulat, but that's obviously just my opinion. Awesome falling bit back in the face of the engineers with a flamethrower. Can't easily challenge those, and particularly when there's no cover around for them to hold up behind. So right now, Bulat has secured both fuel points here for the glory of Comrade Stalin. Spawn company being dug in here by Bulat and the engineers there. East side, we got the armor coming in, they like to punch his beer wagons. 520, striking fear into the heart of the socialists, and more importantly, very large bullets. Down the full squad, they're right, the remainders of the full squad running. He's got the point here. Also opposite at some points, it might be great here in the west side. We get the Ostrom against the Engineers. A bullish charge to the Caesar's Ostrom. Not exactly assault troops, of course, they too significantly outnumber. The opponent can still do it, but it's still kind of expensive. For some reason, despite them being covered, the Ostrom are not getting a cover bonus there, so that really did not pan out well there for Caesar, and that's all I think I'm going to call back. Up here, Oscar pushed back. Didn't get a wipe there. Lucky for Bulat, considering how low they were in health. Sandbags down there, and before sitting up here as well. Very good there. We got the Ostrom up through the center. Swiftly advancing. And we do get the truth and half track here for Caesar. Probably the flame for a half track, I think. But again, regular half track I think would be a great investment here for Caesar. In particular, since again Ostrom can of course reinforce really fast, being able to do so on the front line is, well, even more impressive. As long as you don't use to like fight really dumb fights, then at which point you'll just bleed yourself out, but use tactically and wisely can be really powerful. Are they digging in here? Almost got the point secured. Machine going to be repositioning a bit. Very good. Medic bunker up there. Well, is he planning a flamethrower? Looks like he's planning to use the regular one. Nope, well, he could of course just pop the Ostrom into the half-track, transport from the front line since the heal underway, so he doesn't even need to wait on the medics to fix it up. But again, he's using it for flamethrower half-track. You may of course not consider that. And before trees got maneuvered, since for some reason they had a significant firing delay. Particularly there's some sort of bug where like at the edges of its arc of fire it does not actually target for several seconds, so that is worth keeping about there with the MG42s. Two from half to rushing up there. Looks like he's actually planning on not using that as a flamethrower attack, at least that would be the immediate perception of what center. We got armor covers the conscripts there. Conscripts there routed by the combined force of Caesar and the Germans. Armor covering the conscripts in the center. That gets reinforcing healing there. No puns going to be yet here for Caesar. Half-track setting about. Maybe he's actually planning on using it as regular half-track. That's nice. Got a half-track for Bulat. It looks like this turned into a mechanized infantry fight potentially. Pulling back the half-track a bit. M5 half-track almost. Oh, he is going for the flamethrower half-track. Audible disappointment from me. Sigh. Anyways, M5 half-track on the way there for Bulat. American Lend-Lease equipment. No, they also had the M3 half-track, but they used the M5 half-track as the Lend-Lease because that one had slightly less impressive armor, and so obviously they were going to use the better one, the M3, for their own troops, versus the M5 that had that Lend-Lease for the British, you know, the Soviets, and any other armies, for example, that were supplied like the French, I guess, and stuff like that. So, little fun fact there. Flame half-track almost fixed up there. M5 rolling ahead. Almost got the quart mount ready. Down the centre. There we go, up here in the Ostrom out in the open. Flame half-track obviously won't be anything. I mean, technically, like, in a situation like this, when the actual war course would just, you know, lit the entire crew on fire easily, since it's technically an open top thing, but, you know, that's obviously not going to actually happen in the game, because the game can't handle that. But anyways, conscript MG42 there. Conscripts, unsurprisingly, start head on. Half-track falling back here, also lighting on fire there, due to the flame half-track's stuff there. Back edge reinforcing. Will he go for another armoured car? Will he go for the Pack 4 here to counter the half-track there? Anti-tank holding up there. Not a great move there by Caesar. Not a great move at all. Good chance of losing the half-track here. The Flampanzerwagen that is. Not the SU M17 MGMC. Yup, got the flame for half-track here. Of course, Bulat here pulled a fast one with the anti-aircraft half-track. Most players don't expect it, so used correctly, it can really throw off an opponent. Again, it has some much faster aggressive timing, which again is really important. Again, it's also one of the reasons why Ostrom is so popular, because again, they do have this aggressive timing that can allow us, you know, circumnavigate the always usual weaknesses for the Wehrmacht early game, which is why a lot of players like going for them, because, you know, you don't like having to deal with those weaknesses. So anyways, Panzer Squad out there for Caesar, and before to right here by the half-track. Close to Destiny 2. Machine gun falling back here into the building. No pack and no tech yet there for Caesar. Let me see where this goes. Got a T-9 tank for Bulat. So he's not just going for the half-track, he's also going for the T-70. That's definitely rather bullish. Maybe he's hoping to really force Caesar to like have to go for the Pack 40 or something else, I don't know. It's definitely not the okay, Caesar is not going to go for the Pack, he's going to go for Panzerschrecks. not a fan of that personally. I would say this is more like the oh dear emergency move rather than, you know, what you want to go for. But again, you can make it work as opposed if you really want to. It does certainly have more burst damage, but it's not surprised you get slightly close to the targets then. Like, you just prefer having Panzer Attack to deal with the infantry rather than deal with the armor. Unless of course he's planning more Panzer, in which case he can work he's taking head here, so he's got something in mind here with the Panzerjägers and their Raketen Panzerbuchse. East side, you've got so advanced to the continent, Thyssen needs to back up. People have CFCs expecting that one because, you know, typically don't see anti-aircraft attacks and T-70s, but here we are. Thyssen rushing in. No minds here though from Caesar. Definitely I would say a slightly missed opportunity here by him. MG4 doing on the centre here. East side, the MG4 popping to incendiary piercing rounds. Ground Western fuel point there. Back here in Bulat space, we've got the entangling hold forwards once more. We got 496 versus 133, and we got tech there almost done for Caesar. Could rush out the Stuga Osman here versus Bulat with two light vehicles like this. And Osman would be, I think, a very potent choice here for Caesar to rush out. Again, he could also rush out the Stuga, but that wouldn't be half bad either. But these would be with the T-70 half take there. We'll have to see if he goes for it. He could go for it. He could go for it. About to lose the MG42 here. Panzerjägers falling back. They are definitely beaten up there. There's some harsh engagement between Caesar and Bulat here. West side, he also fully routed. We've got a trench being dug here, but will it be in time before Bulat launches the full-scale assault to get the Western field point armored car here? Oh, I was about to say tragic mistake, but Bulat has not researched anti-tank grenades. That's definitely a bit of a surprise. Oh wait, half to up. Let's see something fixed up. A lot of back and forth between Bulat and CC. Side of the other Pioneers ground the point here. Again, could consider laying down some telemines here or there. Would be, I think, a good investment for Caesar. More Pioneers, definitely not bad either. Ostrom holding up in the trench level Western field pod. He's still has both field pods. He's getting, oh, over 2 times as much fuel right in here than Bulat. So that's pretty good here for Caesar. If you can make use of it. Cruises the big magic question here. Halfway our way, halfway to the ace level. Getting close enough. There we go. Half the transfers there in return. So right now Bulat's making good progress. Caesar no mines. Panzerjägers on the advance. He wants to deal with a half tech. He needs something flank about here. Somehow catch it off guard on the retreat path. He just go straight forward. I could imagine that being a bit of a loss, but there goes Pommel Corp right about done. Can rush on Osman. Could even go for the Panther 4. Again, Osman have more impact on the light vehicles and the infantry now, and again, I think he can actually get away with it. So we can control the fuel points faster. Again, he can also then follow up with a student nest swiftly with the damage necessary. So I definitely feel like here the Osman rush would be a really strong move there by Caesar. But again, he could also go for the Panther 4. That is, again, a safe choice. But I think here an Osman would be a really good choice. Got a bomb grenade off here. Kill several of the anti-tank members. Machine gun joining as well. Tisman on the flank. Back here, Caesar's reorganized, ready to push forward from the base once more in service of the 352nd Infantry Division. Tisman on the flank of the MG42. We've got the Panzerjägers nearby though. There's some heavy damage there. There we go. 2 rockets punch through, leaving the light tank crew rather dazed. But there you go. Panzerjägers come from the north, MG42 retreat here. Gotta get, yeah, that's gonna get murdered by the T-70, I think, unless he gets very lucky, which, you know, could happen. But with the cover gone, the half to just moves in and completely slices through the crew. Caesar still taken to the Panther 4. He's not far away from it though. But again, could have by now had the Osman out, possibly like supporting over here. So small food for thought there. We got 12 kills, almost ace level in the anti-aircraft half track. Quickly hauling that one back to safety. Panzer 4 on the way there for Caesar. The Panzerkampfwagen 4 here. Send to support the 357th Infanterie Division. Armored car taking a nasty hit there. 8 kills, vectoring 2. Reinforcing healing here. East side with the Pioneers from to the conscripts. But the Panther 4 almost done. Panzerjäger so far have not really done a lot with their Panzerschrecks. Unfortunate for Caesar, but of course great for Bulat. Half-track rushing eastwards, but there you go. Panzer IV is ready for Caesar, for Deutschland. Finding from there being hammered by the Thyssen light tank, unleashing a storm of 45 shots in the west. Austrian Panzer going in there. In the east here, Caesar valiantly holds the line, acting Panzer fast the half-track, cut rush in the Panzer Propagandacast. In the east, overcomes the engineers with valiant feats of infantry daring. Got lucky here from Bulat, now in the screen there to protect the T-70. Oh, Telemann actually lay down, did T-70 hit it on its street path? That was pretty good there by Caesar. Yeah, actually had laid down Telemann. Did you just lay that? That's still a pretty good spot for Telemann, by the way. So 2 thumbs up there to Caesar, 2 thumbs up. He definitely deserves that one. West side here, troops routed. Got the anti-tank hold force there by Bulat. Panzer IV their conscripts. Got fired. Pioneers flanking in. Bulat meanwhile is taking up. Very good. Caesar could try and rush out Stuke here against an Austrian. I probably might just go for another Panzer IV. Troops reinforcing healing, fixing up the Panzer IV. Tech almost down there for Caesar. From Eastern points, we got 490 versus 378. Caesar enjoys a nice victory upon leader Bulat, but that's about it. That well, technically also has the tank lead, but so far he's quite not been able to really convert that into an actual control lead as well. Actually, theoretically, he'll also go for the Stu 3 as some, shall I say, light self-propelled artillery to support its attacks. Could kind of work maybe if he gets that a second one. But, oh, he does go for the Stu 3. The Sturmgeschütz as for an E. At this point of the war, any Stu 3s would have been part of any training and placement battalions, being used more well for training purposes than actual frontline purposes. Stu Gs or the Sturmhaubitze it's fine. Feels like the Stu 42 would have liked to have been actually doing the actual assault gun business at the front line. Since again, the Stu 3G was still in the assault gun. Anyways, after that, wedge between the Panzer and the armored car. Almost got it here. Armored car knocked out. Panzer misses also coming up here. East side here, we've got the Stu beaming against routing engineers. And the Panzer push here. Oh, he didn't get the half to guard. They got the Seafed puts on the football lad. The Arbel of the Sturmgeschütz throwing his plans into disarray. Not really. But it sounds cool. Consequently, in the centre, we got 7 men upgrades on the way there for Bulat. We got the Shocks was there routed already, having met those vile fascists moving up there. With its send from the low velocity gun. And while the Stu 3 would of course quickly see long south before getting replaced with high velocity guns, the gun itself actually continues to usage, but it would be rather than mounted on half-tracks and armoured cars to let it provide infantry support. If you only had 250 half-tracks and 250 half-tracks equipped with a gun, for example, even like 234 are heavy armoured cars. Gun grenade. Oh, that was almost a full wipe there. T-Fed we need to put back the Stu 3E. Schnell. Good, a good spot for Telemann, I think we're right about there for Caesar. A good spot. Pack 40 on the way there for Caesar. The Panzer they can only 40. You could also try and hold out a bit longer than go for the Stu 3G, but some don't form for going for the Pack 40 here. Maybe a bad choice at all. Ooh, S-mines as well. You're actually getting some good mining in there, actually. Nice work there by Caesar. 2 thumbs up. Mines matter. Stu 3E, holding back into a support position here, ready to bombard any advancing third infantrymen or support weapons. In towards right on the west here by the anti-aircraft tactic with 20 kills. It's really been giving Bulat some great value. Really been a great investment. More mines going off there. Panther 4 almost fixed up. We got 426 versus 44. East side here we get a sneak back there by Bulat's conscripts. He's caught laying down mines. Stuggy shoots and actually wrecks the mines. He can't even cancel the turn, so he's got plenty of munitions back. He's flying quite a bit there. Third MD 425 from the Stuggy. Quickly routed, close to one of those Storm shots. Close to Veterans Z1. You see we got Austin with the conscripts. Panther X flying, missing pretty much every target since they're not tank sized. The West Without Panther going for the tank guns and the half tank here. Prior to thinking the tanks are the best choice here by season. There you go, got one cleared out. Constant being handled by the Stuggy, getting mentioned 4 kills. Very good. Field remaining with a lot of chop there. We're getting following up here. This could turn a bit disastrous for Bulat if we lose that into tanks. Well, here to see that in the Germans. Shock through the counter attack. He almost got the field. Need to come up to Japan 45. Get out, Caesar. Look so, look so. Stuggy launching much support here as well, I think. There we go. Gets the Panther 4 to safety. Shock through retreating. East here. Oh, half tank abandoned. Going for an Osman there. Not bad. Either needs to destroy the anti-tank. They should grab it. And I think he just destroyed the half tank. I mean, he could have grabbed it, but certainly don't fall for. Oh, what are you doing with? Oh, dear. Some bad pathing for the Stu 3, I think. Osman on was done. Field gun mashing. We head into the Panther 4. I know we should go for an Osman when he's going like already one Stuggy. We just go for like a second Stuggy, and I think that honestly do the trick. Would also be a bit cheaper and a bit faster. Plus, two Stuggy's just combining constantly could add some psychological pressure to Bulat. Oh, he cancelled for another Panther. I mean, that works too, but. Could also gone for a second Stuggy. Panther X flying there. One hit, the on this is the T-Fin Force from 6. By the looks of it, maybe worth it. Stuggy there, 5 kills. Slowly, very slowly approaching Metin 2. Constant Watch was there. We got 426 for 286. Now the field gun there for Bulat. Did he destroy the anti-tank gun? No, he hasn't. That's perhaps a small slip there by Caesar.
Anti-tank gun is ready for action.
Troops reinforcing healing, fixing up the Panther 4. What, S-mines? Really good. Oh! They got wiped. Do not worry, comrades. We shall help disarm these mines for you. Don't. They still. I'm sure they were fascists in disguise. Really? I mean, they look pretty socialist to me. Well, they looked. Keep filming eastwards there, Pack 40 rated them. Two hand filming on 2 moving westwards here. Still keep bombarding here, the conscripts there. Not landing well there. There we go, good hit, 7 kills plus 22. Now they hit the 8 kills. Act. Might want to assist the Osman against the shots from these Panther going west centrewards. Got Osman forwards here. They're being shredded here by the MD-42. Back here, Panther 4 need repairs. Other Panther 4. I'm not so sure it's sending that in towards the west now. I should just send eastwards as this is Stuggy, maybe. Yeah, this feels like a strange move there by Caesar. Maybe there's a weird pathing error, I don't know. Could technically go for another Stuggy now. I'm not sure that's what he needs. Stug 3G I think would be a superior choice here. Needs to get some troops, and they also I think at some point in the near future can consider Panzer going to escort more, but he's going for tier 4 instead, light machine guns. Issue to fire there for Bulat. No attempt to setting up for the COH2 right now I think is very sensible. Stug 3E there, remain silent. Oh, he goes for another T-34-6. Destroying the anti-tank gun himself. This anti-tank gun has been found guilty of crimes against the socialist state. What crime? Abandonment. What? Just execute it. Oh, okay. Please don't execute me as well. I've just got the cut score there. Ooh, got the whiteness. One win if Caesar. West, we've got 2 controls in this. He is not a problem. Got infamy up, but again, worth noting, awesome and great assault troops. They're not exactly great for these kind of attacks. So this is where Panther would be much better. For Caesar almost losing his virtually 2 Panther 4 here, but doesn't mean holds it away. Other Panther 4 moving in. He could support here, being attacked. Done more damage here, but oh well. Light hit there. Panther 4 hold back, but he's risk losing the other one. And again, the Austrian just came down and going nowhere. Stuki getting mentioned 2 here. Machine can find way there. Panther 4 knocked out, field and cleared out.
The enemy has silenced one of our anti-tank guns.
Also worth noting, Stuki's never got shoots, and that was actually just mostly the Stu 3Gs by that point. Actually added armoured side skirts. 2 T-54, and Stuki has no chance getting out of that one. I mean, he could try with a target weak point here, the heat shell, as it's called now. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not going to end well there. Caesar definitely did not handle this attack particularly well, I think. Not handle that one really smoothly. Stu 3E knocked out. Needs to get the Austrians. The shock troopers. The shock troopers are going to have this one, I think, very handed down. God! Oh, didn't want to get the T-54. That was them. Stu actually exploding there. Yeah, he's going to have to, I think, go for Stu 3G here now. He also really should consider some Panzer going to heal up. Pack destroyed. Machine gun wiped as well there. Not entirely sure what happened for Caesar, but whatever happened, it happened very badly for him. Heavy losses here and some pretty big tactical wins there for Bulat. Going for another Pack 40 here. No Stu 3Gs. Eastern point mixes for the shock troopers. Austrian forwards. Punch backing up here. Panther being faced up rapidly. Rockets missing them, forcing up, going to tear through those Austrian, I think. And this is just sheets. Field bombarding up here, looking to squish as many Austrian as possible. Oh, almost got the T-34 from 6, then them S-mines going off. I mean, those S-mines definitely, I think, paid off the season nicely. Not a huge payoff, but still, you know, a small, decent, nice one. Another T-54-6 for Bulat. Another MG-42 for Caesar. Having now lost all of his support from here to Bulat. Less great then, going to be a tough one to explain to High Command. Pack 40 setting out. Going in pretty good to the Panther 4. I mean, I can understand it, but it's pretty risky. Oh dear. Shot bounced. Oh crap, the ends are retreating. He still hasn't researched anti-tank grenades, bro. Like, wow. That definitely feels like a bit of a mistake there, but by this point, I mean, you could have taken out that Panther 4. Like, Caesar got incredibly lucky he didn't get punished harshly. Season Eastern points here. I'm guessing he's just going to go for more Panther 4s here versus Bulat. Fielding's going eastwards. Panther 4 falling back here, 14 kills. Westwood got the T-54 from the Westwood, see it straight into the Pack 40 and the MG-42, but no telemines here. T-54 could technically just bypass the Pack 40, get kind of cleared out, but Bulat's clearly not the heroic old teammate who's been worried about the Panther 15, which was nearby. Also been flying back here towards the field point. More S-mines there. Going off still. Not a lot of S-mines left in that field, but they're still causing Bulat some grief there. Taking out 2 shock troopers there. I mean, this S-mine fleet in particular, I think, has been quite an investment for Caesar. Quite an investment. He gained a lot from that. He might actually be planning to go for the build, the heavy Panther will get out something. Nope, he's going for the Panther build cage. I was about to say he could maybe planning a Panther or something, but nope, now he's going for the Stu. Seems like Caesar is under a bit of pressure, a bit of stress, and he's strong here to come up with the right solution. MD-14 with us on the western field point there. T-4 there go, bypassing the Pack 40. Panzerjägers are back at base. Need to rush in the Panther 4, which is not fully repaired here. Situation with the 5th and 2nd Battalion is pretty risky. And there go, Pack crew exsanguinated by the T-3476. Could destroy the Pack here with the off-field there go. Managed to include the Pack just in time and put into retreat here. Panzer forward as well here. Almost got the T-34. And there you go, field bombarding. Kind of a direct hit, but no casualties. That's fairly lucky for Caesar. 250 almost on there, go Pack. Crew wiped again. But there you go, Sturmgeschütz 3 als von Gegenfeld bereit. About to lose another Pack though entirely. Caesar situation looking a bit precarious, to put it generously. Ooh, double hits there from the Panther X. Panther fast off as well. But there you go, direct hit from the field gun right in the midst of the Panzerjägers, almost taking out the entire squad. Holy smokes. Stufenhausen taking a lot of time to the Austrian squad, but again, not assaulted. They can't need to clear out the field gun here, which is what Caesar really needs. Now we got the infantry there. Go. Caesar's attempt here fails out. Panther moving in. They're good on the T-34, almost got it. But yeah, at this point he really needs Panzer guns because even with the light machines, they also just don't do well late game in these kind of situations. I'm seeing a lot of stuff like the CIS-3 field guns since they just can't clear them out fast enough. The situation for Caesar requires, I think, some rather sharp tactics. And really strong pushes for Bulat, I think, to have like any safe chance of winning here. Adding a machine to the Stug, thumbs up. Contra going to fire from the Stug 3G. Note this is an early model Stug 3G. There's effectively, shall I say, two major types of them, so they were generally improved on front of the entire war. You had the early model, you had the late model Stug. The late model Stugs had a more rounded gun mantlet, but they also had a remote controlled machine gun. Need to get the machine gun out. Oh, that machine gun is gone. I thought you could get out in time here.
The enemy still has 300 points.
Yep, knocked out. Not great then. The Stug is somehow hanging out, somehow hitting this T-34 on the west side. We get another push here by Caesar. Looks like maybe this one would be like a diversion to draw in attention. Keep it there so push makes a big push in the west. But cost him the MU-42. Not sure if that was worth it though. My personal answer would probably be somewhere around no. Hey, Pentagon on the way there for Caesar. 281 was 210, but that's definitely catching up to his opponent. Pentagon moving up close to the ace level. Direct hit there. Direct hit. Close to HC3. Panzerjäger's been bombarded here, but they are miraculously dodging every high explosive shell there. Mostly just being covered in water and a bit of muck. There you go. Heavy Panzer for Caesar. Will it be the Sturm Panzer? Will it be the Panther? Will it be the Panzer that Caesar will try to cling to here as some sort of salvation against Solid-Citizen? Panther 4 misses the machine crew here, field bombarding though. 2-3 here falling back. Panther 4 conducting a full blitz to get out of there. Very efficient retreat here from Caesar. Go to the Panther to prioritise the field guns and whatnot, but the pressure, of course, isn't really sufficient against the 3 T-34s from 6 is what you got already. Because while the Panther Rifles can certainly deal with the infantry and support weapons, the Panther Rifle will not deal with the T-34s. And Bulat is also very close to the T-32. But you think it's also safe to say the Panthers are going to do nothing against as well. But I'm guessing Caesar's feeling sufficiently pushed into a corner that the Panther seems like a good idea for him. Panther gains ace level.
We are losing territory.
A small win, I suppose, for Caesar and the Germans in this otherwise harrowing situation. Brexit COH2, pushing him down to, well, very little health here. Ooh. There you go, Panther fight, looking to punish the two field and punched up. Wipes up both of them, you can destroy them right away here. Deny them to Bulat, there might still be a hope here for Caesar. May just be hope at the end of the tunnel. And hopefully not a Soviet train. Panther going for it, being fixed up. I mean, he could also try to recruit them, but I can certainly understand why he wants to just destroy them, because he may not have the time for it. Keep them in there. Panther could turn the turret. There he goes, going to Panther fast in the T-34. That machine coming up though. Panther off in the T-34. Duke being fixed up. Got points secured. In fact, he's booby trapping the points here. In the east, we got the KV2 striking here. Leaving Caesar's right flank. Precariously exposed. There you go. Another Panther going to do his quad finally. Nope, cancels it for another Pack 40. Not ever fought him for it. KV2 going straight forward. Oh, these two caught the bad pocket by. Shot bounces. Heat shell there being loaded in.
The enemy is reduced to 200 points.
There we go. Stu gaining match here too, but they're trying to handle. They're going to try and flank here. Yup. Wide blitz, big maneuver there. Nice shot. Stu is kaput. Almost got the KV2 though. A lot of rockets bouncing. T-34 ramming in there. Oh dear, the ace won't make it. Panther 4 keeps at it though. This is the T-34, there you go. T-34 down. Panther 4 kaput. Well, that Caesar has no tanks or assault guns left. All he's got is the Panzer there, which is certainly not a tank nor an assault gun. A rather bitter situation for Caesar. He's got the Austrian again. They're going to try and finish off with the Panther first, but they're going to be under some intense fire. Knowing the mine goes off there. Huge losses there. It's half the Austrian squad just vanishes in the blink of an eye. Panther fires again here. Machine gun crew there being almost obliterated. You got 169 versus 210. Rushing for the pomp still got another MD-42 that the ace went in at that. Tank through Caesar's troops.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Man, these MD-42s make a great steal there for Bulat. Got one of the T-34s.
We have lost one of our
Small win here for Caesar, but there's still a long way to go. A long way to go. East side here. Got the Panther Seekers as the shock troopers. Unsurprisingly, very one-shot engagement. Caesar going for another Panther 4 here. Got mines plenty there for Bulat. Very good. Plus, I imagine more booby traps. 135, 133 activists, 210. Panther 4 almost done there for Caesar. Got a big Austrian push here. Panther 4 almost done there for Caesar.
sector under attack.
Advancing up here into the country spot there with 11 kills.
Enemy forces are
Panther for close to that
neutralizing the
71
sector.
there. Panther 4's on again, there you go. Explosion to the west here. Mines and, oh, just mines actually. Getting to the trench, but not great much to do there from that trench position. KV2 moving out here. 4 kills, veterans, 1 punching for the eastern point. Still got the shock troops hiding about. In fact, hiding in the flying terrain here. It's a bit harder to spot. There you go. Rockets flying at the KV2. Quick route there. Austrian there. Murdered by anyone pissing around here. Thumbs up to Bulat for using the ability that most players never use. Despite it again, I would really say really good. Panther firing. 76, it was 210. Machine gun crew, white. Got the trench cleared as well, I guess. T-4 coming out here towards the centre. Panther Force strikes, but not making much progress. 64 versus 210. Going for the MU-42 here. T-4 going straight for the Panzerwerfer, exposing and striking the Panzerwerfer. And with that, Caesar has realised the fight as well. It was a GG game over there. Nasty fight here on Crossgun with some great back and forth action, but I feel like Caesar rather made some awkward questions here and decisions here and there, which I think slightly hurt him here versus Bulat. And Bulat, meanwhile, compared to, I think, played with fewer mistakes there. Some opportunities missed for Caesar, I think, didn't help him out either. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. And of course, do consider playing on Patreon or donating to support the Propagandacast. This is Improving Cheers, and see you all another time. Bye.